Fall armyworms were first reported in the country in the 2015-2016 farming season. The government of Zambia promptly distributed pesticides to farmers in affected areas. However, most farmers did not know how to correctly spray the chemicals for eradication of fall armyworms. Disposal of empty containers was another challenge for farmers. The Zambia Agriculture Research Institute, ZARI, is the largest agriculture research entity in the country. Since 2013, ZARI has been implementing a 6-year agriculture productivity program for Southern Africa, APPSA project. APPSA is a regional project being implemented in Zambia, which is a center of excellence for legumes and legume-based farming systems. Mozambique is a center of excellence for rice and rice-based farming systems, and Malawi is a center of excellence for maize and maize-based farming systems.
We have generated a total of 22 crop varieties which have been released officially by the Seed Control and Certification Institute. At the same time too, in the area of dissemination, we have disseminated a total of 91 technologies. These include varieties, crop varieties, and also agronomic practices. Through the dissemination agenda of the project, we have reached out to a total of about 1,200,000 direct beneficiaries.
ZARI, in partnership with APPSA, has been researching on different management options for fall armyworms. An integrated pest management approach is encouraged, where chemical pesticides must only be sprayed as a last resort.
We can also extract some insecticidal materials from plants, which are botanicals, such as neem tree. We can extract the liquid from the neem tree, and it has got some insecticidal properties. There's also some plant which is called Teflosia. In our local language, they call it ububa. So we are trying to see at what levels of concentrations can we get rid of this pest. So apart from the low-risk pesticides research, we are also looking at indigenous knowledge which farmers are also researching on. Farmers are also researchers in a natural way. They are also trying to use sand, ash, chili, and also they are using detergent paste and detergent powder in the management of the fall armyworm. So they dissolve the powder or the paste of soap in water and then they spray. They are putting the sand in the funnels of the plants, like this one here. You put the sand in the middle of the plant where the pest is found, so that it is choked, it is suffocated, and then because of the abrasive nature of the soil, the body of the insect will be scratched, so it will lose water through dehydration and it will die.
ZARI has developed simplified and cost-effective pheromone traps or moth traps as an alternative to the imported ones. The traps are to be used for surveillance and as an early warning system in the management of fall armyworms.
This pheromone, it produces some smell that will attract the males for mating. Okay? To attract the males for mating. So we got a thermotica pheromone which we put in the bottle, like here it is, and got 3 different colors of the net: the black, the yellow, and the white from the mosquito net. And we put them in the field of rice, of wheat. We know that fall armyworms attack wheat. We put in the fields of maize. We know that fall armyworm prefers maize. One bottle didn't have anything. So after a week of putting this in the field. However, before that, we hanged the net like this, and then we put water mixed with detergent soap that we buy from the shop. We mixed it with water, and then we pour here. Okay, so this bottle was incised in 4 corners so that the 4 adults can have entry as they are attracted by this. Then when the males now are coming, because they are being attracted by the smell, thinking they are females inside here for mating, they come into contact with the net. This net is treated with insecticide, the otamethrin. That's like the net that we sleep under to avoid mosquitoes biting us. Equally, the net is also treated. So when the males now come, because of the smell, looking for the females inside, they come into contact with the net. And then, because the net is treated, they will dissolve and fall into the water that is mixed with detergent soap from the kitchen. Now, because it is dense, the wings get stuck and the 4 women cannot fly out.
APPSA has procured and installed new equipment in all the 10 research stations under ZARI. The equipment has improved research in entomology and pathology. For instance, the new equipment has been helpful in researching management of the cassava brown streak virus.
We have gone into the field and collected samples, leaf samples of cassava, and brought them here. Then we do the processes of extracting that virus which was transferred or transmitted by the whitefly. So we extract that virus from the cell matrix within the leaf. So we extract it, purify it, and use diagnostic tools to detect its presence in that plant. That way, we find out actually that the virus, so we find out that the virus has moved from this region to this place. So the virus is moving, but we can detect that in the samples that we collect, momentarily from one place to the other. So that is what exactly is happening. And this is the right lab where the cassava brown streak in Zambia was detected from, using these same pieces of equipment that are part of APPSA's contribution here.
Correct usage of agricultural chemicals and safe disposal of empty containers is important. ZARI undertook a study to assess the knowledge of small-scale farmers on the use of pesticides.
To use a pesticide safely, you need to be fully clothed, like with protective gear. You need your overalls rightly put on, your safety boots, your respirators, your gloves, and all that. We found that only 15% of our farmers that we sampled were wearing full protective clothing. The rest of the 85 were either just, if they have put on any protective clothing, then it's just boots. The rest were just going in just like that. And because of the ignorance levels, they could even say what they would do without us observing it, because they didn't have particular clothing specified for chemical pesticide application. And then we went further to look at the levels of formal training in terms of pesticide use. We found that across the districts that we went to, over 60% have never had any form of training in pesticide use from any organization.
Plant protection is important in crop production. Pests, diseases, and weeds ought to be properly managed to ensure increased yields. It is envisaged that ZARI will sustain and build upon plant protection technologies developed with support from APPSA for the benefit of farmers.